Welcome to Lycomingfootball.com. This is week number 6. We're talking to head coach Mike Clark. And Mike, 5-0, a pretty good start. Offense is looking decent. Defense is looking maybe better than you might have expected this time of year. But going into DelVal, does this feel like a championship weekend?
I mean, it's certainly the biggest game of the year, John, but it's kind of been that way every week. It just so happens that it's against a traditionally strong opponent at their place. So, yeah, I mean, there's probably a little bit more to this one than the first 5. But last week's game was a big one for us. Beating a Kings team that beat us a year ago was big. Getting Susquehanna back on the schedule was big. A Wilkes team that battled DelVal a couple weeks ago was hard. So I don't want to slight anybody. I mean, they've all had some significance, but yeah, absolutely the biggest one this week.
Yeah. I guess the stat that really popped out to me that Joe put out, and he puts out nice press coverage all the time. Mm-hmm. Joe Gustina, the sports information director, your assistant, was this. The Aggies scored 27 touchdowns this season. Yep. That's 4 games.
Yeah, that's a pretty good number.
Good number.
Yeah.
But the other one right next to it is that the Warriors only allowed 6 touchdowns in 5 games.
Sure.
That classic defense against offense?
Yeah, I mean, the numbers would tell you that. And I think what it comes down to is, they're very good on offense. Very good. I think we're a fairly complete football team. I mean, we have some areas that we need to improve on. They've allowed some points. I mean, their games have been more back and forth. We've not had to really throw the ball. I mean, we threw the ball 3 times in the fourth quarter the other day. We threw the ball twice in the fourth quarter against Kings. So, how we're winning games because we're limiting people maybe a little bit more than they have has allowed us to take our foot, off the throttle. Some. Maybe they just don't. I mean, look, their offense is really, really good, and they're beat up on defense and playing some people that they didn't expect to have to play on defense this year. So all that matters is they're 4-0, and they're a really good football team.
I don't know why this thought keeps coming to me. A guy that could really make a difference is Nick Mangiello.
Oh, yeah.
Nick is just maybe that little extra that the running back area needs for this game.
Sure. He's been all conference the last 2 years. I don't know if we've utilized him as much as we could have in the past, but we have a plan for Nick and to get him some touches and to keep him involved, and he certainly brings a different dimension to our football team. I mean, he's as good as Craig is. Nick is so strong and so powerful, but yet is sneaky in terms of his athleticism. I mean, he's much more athletic than people think, and his strength is something until he hits you don't really appreciate it. So catches the ball really well, physical blocker. That guy, he's a really talented player.
He does it all, and we haven't had him early in the season.
Yep.
But do the running backs have to do a good job? Do you have to control the game and keep the ball out of their hands?
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, if we keep running the ball and long drives, stuff like that, is that something we got to do, or are we going to lose a shootout?
No. I mean, John, look, at the end of the day, whoever scores more points is going to win the football game. So we've not had any specific conversations about having to run the ball, and because what we need to do is score touchdowns. At the end of the day, whoever has more points will win. So we think we have good schemes on both sides of the ball, really, in all 3 phases, including the kicking game. And we don't want to play keep away. If we play keep away just to shorten the game and don't score, and they find a way to score, that could hurt us. So we want to just be as efficient. We want to be. We want to convert third downs. We want to be great in the red zone. We want to score as many points as we possibly can, and hope that as a team we can play a more complete game on Saturday than Delaware Valley can.
You got to feel good having Tyler Jennings at quarterback, 3rd year.
Yep.
He won his first MAC game against DelVal down there 2 years ago. A big win for Lycoming, and last year under another tough game, 1916. So the experience seems to have a level head, smart quarterback.
He is. Look, he's super talented, super smart, very poised and composed, and we think he's as good as there is in our conference. So he's very good.
I mean, let's move on to DelVal's offense and defense. They're good. They're good both passing and running.
DelVal's on
their offense.
Yeah. Listen, their set of skill is very good. Look, they have an outstanding quarterback.
4 years? Is this his fourth year? I think
It might be his fourth.
Yeah.
Is at least 3.
Yeah.
Aaron's very talented. Chris Smallwood, the running back, was a scholarship football player out of high school. Bailey at wide receiver. It's the best collection of skill players that we've seen to date, and could very well be the best collection of skill players that we see all year.
Our defense has probably played pretty good, as we said earlier. I'm pretty impressed with the safeties. They're doing a good job, Christopher and Gentili.
Yep, good players. Yeah, they're very good. And Tanner's back this week too, so
okay.
we've got.
Would he see some snaps?
Oh yeah, he'll absolutely play.
He's
good.
Yeah,
he'll play a lot.
When you're out a little bit, you wonder if you're.
He's practicing. He's very fresh.
He's ready to go.
He is chomping at the bit. Yep.
Okay. Well, the defense for DelVal has allowed a number of points.
They have.
And 20 in the first game, 35, 41, 24, 120. They've given up like 4 touchdowns a game. So I don't know if they have injuries and people are back or not.
Well, I don't know who's coming back for them, but they certainly have several players who have missed time this year because of injury. And so, aside from having to replace some guys from last year, they have to, they have to replace some guys that they thought were replacing those guys. So they've struggled a little bit, but look, they're very well coached. They're a free safety, or I don't know if he's a free safety or a strong safety, but Danny Wynn is as good a safety as there is in our conference. He's a tough physical guy. Their defensive line is maybe not very big at the end positions, pretty athletic. Their outside linebackers are athletic guys. So they're talented. They just are inexperienced. But as they get into it, I think other than the opener last week was the fewest number of points that they've allowed in a game this year, and they're certainly improving.
Yep. Yeah. Duke Greco, is that how you pronounce his name? Or
yep.
Is he a defensive guy?
No, he was their offensive coordinator. Yep.
Has he been around a while?
He has been. He's been there
10 or 11 years.
Yeah, since I've been here, John. So, he was Jim. Jim Clements is not a head coach at Kutztown, and ran the defense. And so Duke was promoted to head coach and still does the offense.
Job,
he's a good football coach. Yeah.
Get to know Mike. A little get to know Mike here.
Okay.
They want to know how much tech you are. Are you Apple or Android?
Well, my phone is an iPhone, Apple.
Okay, I guess you're Apple.
But I have an iPad. But I have we have a PC. But we have we have a PC. So I'm very versatile technologically, John.
You're on the Windows thing. Have you ever heard of Yelp?
Yes, I've heard of Yelp.
Oh, okay, what is it?
That I couldn't tell you, but I've heard of it.
Okay, it's an app.
Yeah, but I do not have that app.
Check out some restaurants.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're good. Last question.
Sure.
Do you have a flat screen TV?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have a tube, huh?
No. Well, not upstairs. The basement we do. Our television in the basement still has a tube. The one upstairs in the living room is a flat screen. Yep.
Name brand?
Vizio.
Oh, a Vizio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Decent set.
Yeah, not bad. We're gonna, John. I'm gonna
70-inch.
No, I don't know, 48 maybe.
Okay.
Nah, probably bigger. I don't know, 54 maybe, whatever it is. It's decent size. It's
that big.
Diagonally, it's reasonable. It's a nice picture.
Okay.
Better than what we had before.
Yeah. Well, we can have a little fun here. I know it's going to be all business Saturday.
It will be, yep.
And you're going overnight, and all the best to you and the guys. A safe game, and we'll be talking to you Saturday.
I appreciate it. Thanks, John.
Thanks.
Yep, bye.
This has been a production of Lycomingfootball.com.